Oh, friends, Jack McKeever, absurdity number 6. We'll call this one Duh. Yeah, Duh. Why do we call this absurdity Duh? Because it's what I think of the school system. And I'll tell you why. I'll give you a little story. When I was growing up, I had a lot of trouble writing. I could read all kinds of things, and I had a great imagination, but I just couldn't seem to write. Well, my English teacher at the time gave me her address and said, well, come by and I'll give you some night classes. So I phoned her, and I told my mom I was going over, and I went over, and 2 hours every night for probably a month. Her and her husband taught me how to write. He was a professor in the University of Alberta. This was their own time, unpaid time. And I value it even today. Because without that, I wouldn't have been able to read and write. You see, the school system today, and even their advertising, our kids, our children, and our teachers are that of tomorrow. That's all fine and dandy, you know, and there are great professors and great teachers out there that do help. But once again, we're ridden in a fierce society. If a teacher extends a helping hand, he's got to do it in school. Because there's too many kids out there that will say things that aren't true just to get teachers in trouble. They will act out. They will do all kinds of weird shit. So I can't really blame the teachers. But at the same token, when you're getting paid the money you're getting paid to teach, if somebody needs help, it should be there for them. Now, when I went to college, now, I understand I'm legally blind. I have multiple health issues and disabilities. And my professors helped. If I needed help, all I did was have to go to their office and they would sit down and help me. And this is what I'm talking about, you see, because today, and when I was at college, and this was only 3 years ago. Yeah, I was a little old going to college. But 3 years ago, young kids were coming in, 19, 20 years old. They didn't know how to write. I was appalled. Well, we don't need to write. You see, it's all on our laptop. Well, when the laptop replaces the brain, you got a problem. And that problem's in our education system. When you have to use a calculator instead of your brain, how the hell are you ever supposed to learn math? How are you ever supposed to learn anything that's just standard? You can't. Because it's all on the laptop, you see. I can Google it and there's my answer. No. You gotta use your brain. People have to be taught to use their brain. It's not something you can teach from grades 1 to 3. And the size of the class. The government is insane. You know, like, how is a teacher supposed to give the children the attention they need if there's so many people in that classroom? You can't. So there's a big failure in our education system. And I am sure there are parents that have stood up and said, wait, what the? But it just goes unheeded. And this is just plain stupid. This is such a lack of common sense. Yeah, just pile the kids into a room. What is this, a daycare? We never got passed if we didn't meet the grade. Now kids are going up and they're passing and they can't even add. They can't write. They don't even know how to use their brain. They don't know how to match this with that and try and come up with a research project. Do you know how many kids ask me, how do I do this? Well, it's really simple. It's a tree. It's elder's its name, and if you punch in elder tree, you'll get its bio its name, its root name, and then you can look up its root name, and it has most of the data on it. Then you can turn around and you can look up the common names to gather more. But that would never even think. They would never even think of that. They're not taught anymore. History is almost vanished. Extracurricular activities. Man, we had football teams, hockey teams, we had track and field, we had all kinds of stuff. All extracurriculars, pardon me. Now they're gone. The whole music and arts thing. Gone. Like, holy cow. You know, not every child is logical. A lot of children think with the right side of their brain, and you're not even addressing it. You're funneling it down into the left side of the brain and saying this is all there is in life. Wrong! You got the 5G thing with all the satellites out, with all of the internet access, and it's causing death, it's causing illnesses, it's killing animals. Oh, here's a laptop, do it on the laptop. It's connected to the 5G network. Are we totally nuts? This is absurd. I'm sorry. We have to do something. And if you don't address the right side of the brain, you're going to have a lot more kids that just leave school. Talk to you later.